Me and Hannah both knew that Scotland would be a wonderful place to visit. But what we didn't quite realise was just how magical it would be. Scotland is an incredible country, full of unbelievable people and absolutely breathtaking surroundings. Car camping the NC500 was an experience to be remembered.
Today's the morning. Just doing some final preps now. Everything is almost packed inside this thing here, which is going to be our home for the next 6 to 7 days.
But with that in mind, it was time to get some breakfast, knowing full well that Greg's, which by the way is our favourite place to eat, wouldn't be available in some of the places we were going. But this place and this trip just started to get prettier and prettier as we got towards Inverness.
So we're about 12 minutes away now from Inverness, which is our starting point for the NC500. We've travelled up from Falkirk, it's about 3 hours, and we're very, very close to starting this journey, and just getting there has been unbelievable. So I'm really, really excited, in fact we are, to see what's coming up the rest of the route.
We'd been told that near Inverness you were able to see dolphins, and all we saw at first was, a bed mattress, but it turns out we were in the wrong part to be seeing that stuff. So we headed a bit more north to where, Hannah?
Shadowroy, is it?
Exposed. Can't really see
No.
it.
Dolphin spotting, basically.
Do you reckon we'll even see any dolphins?
I have no idea.
Should we go and have a go?
Let's go and have a go.
So what are we hoping to see here, Hannah? Do you think we'll see any? Should we make a bet? If we see them, I cook dinner.
God help us.
And if we don't, then you do.
Now it was at this place that I realised just how welcoming Scots are. I was having a lovely chat with a gentleman and his wife, and he was telling me how he'd never seen a dolphin before. If you're watching this, because I know I shared you on YouTube, head around the right hand side of the lighthouse and, well, that was my impression of Owen Wilson.
So we have seen a few dolphins, and but they're really far out. They normally come right into the shore, about 30-40 feet. I've just been speaking to a really nice Scotsman as well, and he was telling us all about it, and apparently they're here most days, but we've got to head further north now, so we're going to be coming back here another day.
We'll come back, won't they? They do come in, don't they? But it could be the next 30 minutes, it could be hours, and
that's the thing, we've got to find somewhere to camp tonight before it gets too dark.
We're now going to go to our camping spot for the night. We've not been here before, and there's always a chance as well, because obviously there's other people that are doing the same route. It's knowing whether there'll be any spots available, right? So have you got a backup?
backup. Where are you going?
I don't know, somewhere in Scotland. But no, it's in Scotland.
I don't know which one you've picked.
It's the one near the coast, right near the beach.
And by the beach it absolutely was. This was an absolutely stunning coastal sunset ride. Just look at the colour of that water. This was absolutely breathtaking.
So we have just got to our parking spot, and we didn't think there'd be any room left, but just look at this.
For a couple that could never realistically afford a motorhome or a camper, this was about as close as we could get to van life, and it was safe to say we were completely and utterly in awe.
So Hannah's now just doing some food. You will laugh because all we've got all week is literally pasta and noodles. Is it pasta and noodles all week, Hannah? Hannah?
Yeah?
Is it pasta and noodles all week?
And soup.
And soup? Pasta, noodles and soup?
And as the night started to fade in, we were met with this golden sunset, and we just sat on the beach and just watched it, because why wouldn't you? I mean, just look at that. So this is our first night. We've just got in, and it's always hard to get in because this car's quite tall, and we've realised as well that we've levelled the car wrong, but we can't move it because there's another camper van outside. We don't want to disturb them, so we have to make do with waking up at a headache in the morning. As you can see, Hannah is sorting something in the front, so she's just got to head through this makeshift privacy curtain that we've got.
to you, we didn't sleep a wink. But there was something very, very peaceful about waking up to this in the morning. And our first stop today was to go to the Badby village ruins. I'm not sure how you pronounce it, but I hope that was right.
So this place was formed when the Highland clearances, where landlords thought it'd be more profitable to have sheep on their land than collecting rent, and places like this became the place where people then lived. But it was notoriously hard to live here because of things like wind and weather conditions, so a lot of people left.
And as we got closer and closer to the coast and the ruins, it started to hit home just how isolating and how vulnerable people would have been here. It really was very eye-opening.
Today's really, really calm winds, but I have to say, I can imagine what this place would have been like. With the storm we had recently, Storm Amy, this would have been pretty bad. But the fact people couldn't stay here because the conditions were so bad. So not only they'd lost their home when the Highlands were cleared, they then tried to build a new life in a place that was not really habitable.
Reading about this was quite eye-opening for us. This was the place where people used to live, and they lost their home because of nature being so harsh. And all that's left is some very, very random remains. And it was really eerie.
There's a really eerie vibe to this because there's just like no sound apart from like the occasional sheep, and it's just eerily quiet. This was like loads of families, it was their home, and then through no fault of their own they had to leave it. Strange, isn't it?
It's really eerie.
So legend actually says that the winds here were so strong that the villagers had to literally tie their kids and their hens and their cattle to stop them blowing over the cliffs in the wind. I mean, God, I complain about Storm Amy and the storms that we get. I try to think what it would have been like literally living on the coast.
But ruins aside, it was now time to see, you guessed it, even more ruins, just like this absolutely stunning castle. The fact is, Scotland has over 2,000 castles, and this was one of the very special ones that we saw on our trip. Next to it, at Dunnett's Head, was this old World War II radar base, and it was just, well, unbelievable. This was the home of so many soldiers, and it was in the middle of nowhere. But for that night, it was now time to find somewhere to camp for the night, and we ended up in the middle of this random forest, and it was incredibly peaceful.
So we're not having much luck tonight trying to find a place that we could stop. So we've found another bunch of spaces, and hopefully there'll be somewhere for us to stay here because we are slightly running out of options, to be honest with you. So this is going to be our fingers crossed moment.
But we did happen to find somewhere, and we did set up camp in the rain. But we had a little piece of home, being Brummy of course, with a bit of Peaky Blinders on our makeshift TV. Good night. Peace. What does it even mean to you? Because for me, it was definitely this.
So we're just trying to do our morning routine, 2 coffees and some porridge.
And evidently, I didn't have enough coffee the day before because somehow we missed John O'Groats, so we had to backtrack a tiny bit and go and see that as well. How do you even miss John O'Groats? But that aside, we now started to head more to the west, and this is just where things got very, very special. Like I said at the beginning, we knew that Scotland was going to be very special, but my goodness, this place was magical. And this, what you're seeing here, was just the start of it, and it got better and better with every mile that we drove. The fact it took me 29 years to visit this place is beyond me. This was always on my doorstep. Always.
There's no video camera on earth that will ever showcase just actually how beautiful this is to see in person. It's just, yeah, incredibly special.
And to be honest, incredibly special was a theme that was just overarching with everything that we did. Moyne House that you see here served as a refuge for people that were stuck travelling bad weather across the Highlands. And here it is, just left in time. The fact is, there is so much history across Scotland. These houses that you see here are everywhere. But you don't see a soul for miles and miles. I still look at this and find this building here that was built 400 years before Christ, and I think to myself, wow.
I actually can't get over this. I'm not even kidding, right? So, this here, I've got the remains of this house. And can someone in the comments let me know where this dates back to? I'd be really intrigued to know. You got the old fireplace. And you just, I don't know, you just got these views. I mean, that looks like that's got the topple, I'm not gonna lie. But this is just incredible. I'm genuinely actually taken aback a little bit, because these kinds of buildings, these were people's homes. You know, these people lived here, people ate here, people spent time with their family here, and there's just something about it. And this isn't even like a one-off in Scotland. These are everywhere. These houses that have just been left and they've just stood in time, and it's fascinating, but also quite eerie at the same time. Mad. So I'm not going to lie, we found it a little bit difficult to find somewhere that we can park. We are surrounded right now by all of these mountains, and they are beautiful, but this actual area that we're on, I don't know what this is, but I don't know if it's been excavated or it's all the ditches are like up and everything. So yeah, but we've got this all set up. This got soaked yesterday in the rain. It wasn't even forecast, so we're trying to get this vented, and we've got a nice lake though, so hopefully the spot of luck, this might clear tonight, all the clouds, but we'll see. So I'm aware that this video is going to be very, very grainy, but it's very, very dark, so this is our setup now. Hannah's just finishing off dinner, which is pasta again. We've got the fire pit ready to go shortly. Don't want to light that until I can supervise it. Yeah, but we'll be hitting the hay shortly. So good night and see you tomorrow. See you tomorrow, Hannah.
I thought that I'd be able to edit this into a 15-minute video, but my God, have I been wrong. Stay tuned and make sure you hit the subscribe button to get our latest part 2 coming very soon.